The miracle of light in Bethlehem. A long, long time ago, in a small city called Bethlehem, a miracle occurred that changed the world forever. This is the story of how a bright light and a humble stable taught us the power of love, faith, and humility. If you like stories and fantasy, I invite you to subscribe to our community to continue enjoying fables and tales on our channel. Mary and Joseph were a simple couple who loved God with all their hearts. One night, after traveling on long dusty roads, they arrived in Bethlehem looking for a place to rest. But the city was full of people who had come from afar, and there was no room in any inn. "I'm sorry," said an innkeeper with a worried look. "I don't have free beds, but there is a stable at the end of the road. It's not very comfortable, but at least they'll have a roof over their heads." Although it was not what they expected, Mary and Joseph were grateful for the kindness of the man. They walked to the stable and settled with the animals, a calm cow, a sleepy donkey, and some curious sheep. That same night, something incredible happened. Mary gave birth to a baby, whom they called Jesus. He was a special child, sent by God to bring peace and love to the world. They wrapped him in blankets and laid him on a manger, a haystack that animals used to feed themselves. The stable, although humble, was filled with a warm and bright light. The animals, as if they understood the importance of the moment, approached silently to protect the baby with their warmth. The star that guides the sky, a very large and bright star, appeared over Bethlehem. Its light was so bright that it could be seen from far away. 3 wise men who lived in distant lands noticed the star and understood that it was a sign of something wonderful. "A king has been born," they said excitedly. And with gifts of gold, incense, and myrrh, they began their journey to Bethlehem. In the nearby hills, some shepherds were taking care of their sheep when, suddenly, the sky was filled with angels singing. The shepherds were amazed to hear his message. "Do not be afraid. Today the Savior has been born, the King who will bring peace and joy to the world. You will find him in a stable, lying on a manger." Full of emotion, the shepherds left their herds and ran to Bethlehem. When they arrived, they saw Mary, Joseph, and little Jesus, surrounded by a peace and light that they had never felt before. That night, in a humble and simple place, the greatest of miracles happened. Jesus was not born in a palace full of wealth or surrounded by luxury. He chose to be born in a stable to teach us that the important thing is not what we have, but what we carry in our hearts. The shepherds, the wise men, and even the animals learned that love, kindness, and faith are the greatest gifts we can share. When the wise men arrived and offered their gifts, Mary smiled and said, "Jesus has come to teach us that the most valuable gift is the love we give to others." Since that day, every Christmas, we remember that the birth of Jesus invites us to be humble, to help those who need it, and to share our light with the world. This story teaches children that the true greatness is not in material things, but in love, faith, and humility. Just as Jesus was born in a simple place, we can all do wonderful things from where we are and with what we have. If you have enjoyed these stories and have let yourself be carried away by fantasy, I invite you to subscribe to our community to continue enjoying fables and fantasy tales. Until next time.